Okay. Doing Bastion. What do we got? Everything should be good. Ah. It's quite loud. That's got good music. Yeah, what do we got? Start a new game with unlimited chances to carry on if defeated. Let's go normal mode. I have played through this
Proper
before.
story's supposed to start at the beginning. Ain't so simple with this one. Now here's a kid whose whole world got all twisted, leaving him stranded on a rock in the sky.
I have played this before, but it was a fairly long time ago, and I barely remember anything about this game. So.
He gets up, sets off for the Bastion, where everyone agreed to go in case of trouble.
Except for the awesome voice acting.
Ground forms up under his feet as it pointing the way. He don't stop to wonder why. Finds his lifelong friend just lying in the road. Well, it's a touching reunion. He sees what's left of the rippling walls. Years of work undone in an instant. In the calamity.
The calamity.
That a survivor? No, ma'am. It's a gas fella. Forced out from underground. Kid pops him good. Fella got a piece of him, though. An old repeater falls out of the sky. Ain't a gift from the gods, but it'll have to do.
Fang repeater.
Gotta hold her still and spin up the chamber. Kid's worked up quite a thirst by now, so that fountain looks real inviting. Sometimes you just need a drink. A school of squirts tunnels up around him. Must have fled here from the mines. Kid finds a memento from a girl he knew. Always used to fancy her. He sets foot inside one of Celandia's famous watering holes. Inside's old Rondi, the bartender. The calamity got him before his drinking did.
The calamity.
Rondi always wanted his ashes scattered here. Then Kid finds his trusty shield. But just as he's getting a handle on it, the security takes him for a petty thief. Clang. Shield saves his hide.
Clang.
Windbags start turning up for last call. More squirts
Built so
start coming
much
out
stall.
of woodwork. A big old fella pops out in front of the kid. Them windbags are playing for keys. It's a bit of a drop.
Out the window.
He gets a good look at things on his way down. He lands on top of a breaker's bow, and it ain't broke. Kid spies a good perch for some target practice. He knows he should draw the string all the way back. The kid pockets a memento from a breaker, once the fastest man in the land. And then falls to his death. I'm just fooling. Good news is the emergency defenses still work. Bad news is they're aiming for the kid.
That is bad news.
Picks up a few pointers from a dusty old tome.
Dusty old tome.
He's a mighty fast learner. Bad time to run out of black tonic. Right back at you. Kid better watch his step. He finds the distillery right next to the arsenal. Tough part of town. One sip of the spirits in that distillery, and the kid'll feel like a new man. The arsenal's where the kid can pick the best tools for the job.
B feels like a weird attack button, to be honest.
Some of them squirts birthing like crazy in a couple of corn bins.
In a couple of corn bins.
That one was Maud, the tutor. Once taught the kid good manners. He never used them though.
Never used them though. Oof. He slapped me.
The old ferry barge sends the kid on his way. The Bastion's real close now.
Oh. Oh fuck.
Kid takes a chunk of alloy. Smell of barley and spoiled blueberries fills the air. Scumbags. Kid maybe shouldn't have done what he just did.
shit.
Friday's misery.
Oof.
He finds the core to the wharf district. He steals the city's heart. Might as well. Kid has a feeling you better get a move on. The place is starting to fall.
Onto GO.
Kid just keeps running. Somersaulting like crazy. At last, the skyway is in sight. Whisks him where
See you,
he needs
boss.
to
See ya.
go.
I'm zooming around.
Now the kid sees something stranger still. His mind races. Did anybody else survive? Sure enough, he finds another. He finds me. We talk for a spell.
Ask about seal representing the city of Caledonia. Calondia? Calondia. No idea. Weren't these only meant to be for uniform and identification? City crest. Or ask about the large bluish mineral found in the Wharf District. Feels warm to the touch and hums like a motor. What exactly does it do? Crystal barite. Barita? Ask about what happened to Nacy, the girl who used to pin her hair back with this. Is she here already? Where is everyone?
I try to let the kid down gently. This is the Bastion, alright. Except no one else showed up. All I tell him is to set that core of his on the monument there, then watch. There's a bit of the Bastion's power in that crest, enough to point the way to the cores. Just like that, the Bastion comes alive. Starts growing again, growing stronger. Kid's gotta put its power to good use. Now the Bastion can send him even farther into the wild unknown. Kid ponders what to build. Makes time to sample spirits from my personal supply. Squirt cider will toughen you right up. Too bad about the musty aftertaste. Kid don't know what's out there waiting for him. The Skyway. Now the kid can ride the wind to distant lands.
I'm going in.
Now he lands at the intersection between bad and wrong.
The workman wall.
Ought to be a core down one of these twisted streets. But which one? He heads for the Squirt Steps. Won't be no field trip this time. Scumbag can digest just about anything. Except for this. It's
Warm
quick for
machete.
slicing and light enough to throw.
What I'm talking about.
They say even the most rambunctious squirts can be tamed. Squirts don't make the best of friends, but they can be useful in a pinch. No sign of the core here. At least the kid got something for his trouble. Them squirts just don't know when to quit.
Yeah.
Up north is where the gas fella foreman used to live, tending to his flock. No white gas fellas all dressed alike. Kids wondering the same thing. And there it is, where it's locked down tight in an alloy cage. A blustery old foreman's keeping his fellas in check, almost like he's showboating for a crowd.
Yeah, getting destroyed. My God.
There's a new marshal in town.
Ugh.
He hears the whole place groan, but it's too tough to follow. Might as well check the other side streets before leaving this hole.
You got it, boss man.
He heads for the biggest dump in town. Scumbag alley. Some scumbag still feeding off the city's own trash. And there he is. The oldest scumbag of them all. Gershel. The calamity ain't done much for Gershel's sunny disposition.
Get him.
Kid cuts up Gershel like a vine apple. Old scumbag didn't feel a thing.
Gershel. What a name.
He heads for the east side, where windbags used to keep the local forge. Somehow that old forge is still standing. Inside the forge, Kid can fine-tune those instruments of his.
Upgrade material for the Kale Hammer, a chunk of precious alloy found deep underground. The stable diet of gas fuel is also used in all manner of industry. Upgrade material for the breaker's bow, a stretch of me's gut, prized by boas and pelt ball fans. One more reason for the popularity of meese hunting. Pelt ball fan.
Kid's lifelong friends looking fit to keep on fighting. With a good length of me's gut, that bow's like new again.
Meese gut.
Kid's ready to go, and his ticket out's right where he started. Never much cared for that big wide grin of his.
There we go.
He comes back, just like I knew he would. The core hums in his pack.
Such
The
faith.
monument's calling for it. Kid does it again. Only fair he decides what we build next.
Ask about the ragged hood belonging to some ill-fated gas fella. Why they're flooding the city, ransacking its
The
remains.
windbags used to be alright. Then the calamity took the floor out from under him. The Bastion's a place of peace, but we can hold our own if we have to. Ain't much kid can't handle with hammer and bow in hand.
You said it, boss man.
Picked up traces of other cores while the kid was out.
The sundown path, the melting pot. The melting pot first.
In better days, the melting pot was sealed tighter than the skin on a squirt.
Okay.
Of all the plans to survive the calamity, it had to be stab weeds. Blasted things hurt like a broken heart.
Broken heart.
If there's a core, he figures it ought to be deeper down. Core stuck inside one of those fancy cages. Some of the stuff lying around was downright dangerous. He throws a switch. Now what could possibly go wrong? Quite a bit, as it turns out. The cage starts lifting from the core ever so slow. All Kid can do is wait. Shipments start falling in.
Shipments.
Ain't no easy way out of this mess. Not every squirt's born bad. Some spring to the kid's defense. Judging by the movement of the cage, it's gonna take a little while. Scumbags don't take kindly to interlopers. Even some gas fellas take his corner. Heard it pop
He fell bitch.
At this rate, maybe 5 more minutes, maybe 30, hard to tell. Squirts get real territorial around the core. Then a shipment of free samples shows up. It ain't all bad. As the kid finds some spices from the motherland, tax-free. One thing's for sure, that cage is awful heavy. It's a troublesome scene to be sure.
Wow. They're spawning every which way.
8, 7, give or take a few seconds. Finally, the core's within reach. And done. He's got it. Just gotta get to the nearest barge. I still remember the look on his face after that one.
Is it again?
The old world's finished, but the new world's just getting started.
Ask about the ancient spices found tucked away in the melting pot. Where did they come from and when?
Folks voyaged across the boundless sea to found Zealandia. It was good living here for a while. The Bastion ain't gonna build itself. Well, not entirely. A lot of things need fixing up in this world, and we can start right here. The little Zolwood oil and that blade shines like a light.
The sundown path.
Couples used to walk the sundown path. Kid ain't here for pleasure, though.
No sir, he is not.
But then, somebody gets to the core before the kid.
Motherfuckers. How dare
The
they?
core starts giving way under the
my
lightest
core.
step. A single panic squirt could bring the whole place down. Fragments of the old world rain from the sky. Stray valuables are lying everywhere. Well, the path ain't exactly open to visitors no more. See, the path was intended for leisure, strolling and such. Quick and careful is the only way to go. Sky bridges link the path together. One of them bridges whips the kid along.
Hold on 1 second, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I was falling asleep for a second there. Not because of the game, but because my sleeping pattern is absolutely atrocious. Did a quick bunch of exercises, made a coffee. Skull day up and go, and we're back. Whoa.
Finds a spyglass, like the ones they'd use to search the stars.
To search the stars.
Air travel always was an iffy proposition. But Calamity changed everything. Even when the wind
Oh.
Well, if we mastered the winds in the old days, we can
And damn right we can. Oh, I'm gonna fall off again.
Who else could have taken the core?
That's it. Someone with a goal,
No survivor stole the
not
thing.
aligned with us. Adjacent to ours. What do they need the core for?
Scumbag ate it by mistake. Tough break. Unlike the kid, that core ain't coming back.
The core's rip.
No, they used to
Rip
ship
core?
live munitions down the path.
Ooh.
Even gas fellas need some shut-eye from time to time. They get real cranky.
Are they in crates though? Someone's delivering these things to kill us.
In all this toil, Kid keeps coming back to an overwhelming question. Who else could have survived the calamity?
Who else could have survived the calamity?
So he didn't find the core that time, but that ain't about to stop us.
Not about to stop us. I spent the bronze spyglass taken from the sundown path. Only the stars remain on the horizon. The mountains are gone, and we're no closer to the stars now, are we?
We could always see the stars. We just never could reach them, no matter how high we built.
Got some upgrades. Look like a crossbow or something. The Hanging Gardens.
The dead welcome him with open arms. The calamity took everybody after all. Kid sees it plain, frozen faces all around. You don't much care to see him. Not like this.
We got this game's snarky sense of humor.
These folks never saw the calamity coming, but someone did. Someone close. Someone who ain't like Mr. Beckley and his kindly wife. It was someone like him.
Someone like him.
Kid sees him there agape, in the flesh. It's a snag or two trying to get to him. He ain't about to stop, no matter what.
Can't be stopped.
Any questions after all? Just ain't got time for answers. The Thunder brothers didn't make it. They never saw what it was like beyond the walls. Nor did the bird boy. Didn't make it. The Jawsons, they didn't make it. Grady Sr., Grady Jr., they didn't make it. But him, he survived. Kid finds proof enough that man ain't from around here. Just think, without that man, we wouldn't be here right now, would we? The core survived as well. Kid does what he has to do.
That's what he has to do.
What do you say to a man who's seen too much? Kid hasn't a clue, but he says this. We have to go. Please.
Nice.
He's a proper gentleman, that man. His name is Zolf. No hiding he's an Ura. Folks like him ain't never been a common sight in Celandia. He's relieved to see a living face or two. The kid and I introduce ourselves in kind. Both to him and to each other for the first time.
Ask about the Ura sigil discovered in the Hanging Gardens. Were there many Ura living in the city before the calamity? Can they be trusted here?
We fought the Ura decades ago, but that was then. Things are different between us now.
The East and West cultures. These are very cowboyish, westerny. These guys, can't really say. I assume they're Eastern, because I have no idea actually.
For Zolf, Celandia was like a second home. He's real worried about his first home too.
What are they East?
Far to the east.
Just gives that feeling.
We all lost loved ones in the calamity, he says. I don't know how I'm gonna go on without mine. Zolf offers to help me plot the skyways for the kid. At least the calamity hasn't touched the stars, he says. He was born in the Tazal terminals. The Ura sent him on a mission of peace to our city, and he's lived here ever since. The cores. Remember, that's why this place is coming together. That's why things are gonna be alright. Well, look what we have here.
Memorial. Plans for a structure that chronicles past and future efforts. Just a place to build it. Need a place to build it. Necessary testament to the calamity. By paying tribute to the past, one may better prepare for the future. Lost and found. Plans for a facility that holds and restores a variety of valuables. Just need a place to build it. The calamity tore the old world to pieces, but even the smallest fragments can be restored in the Bastion.
The lost and found. Here, kid takes fragments of the old world and makes them whole again.
Pardon me. Okay. Main course. There's a bunch of upgrade components. Couple of tonics. Automatically retaliate when injured to hit back when you get hit. Sounds pretty good. Health tonics fully restore health. 2+ tonic, that sounds good as well.
All it takes is some fragments, and the Bastion makes it good as new.
Certain weapon. With the machete. Kale hammer. We want extra hammery boy. Ability extended grip focus attack. To focus, defend for a few moments using the bullhead shield and attack. Long grip gives superior leverage and power. First grip. Uppercut attacks causes knockback. Attack without moving to uppercut. I really sound terrible. Have I made a awful mistake?
Ain't never letting go of his old friend with a sturdy grip like that.
You said it. Distillery. 10 max health. Tonics. Obviously, squirt cider, the one we've got on, and that one would be good.
Veteran Fizz is like a mouthful of nails.
To get another level up.
Benefits are worth it. We tracked down a couple more cores near the edge of the city.
Cinderbrick Fort. Pith Orchard. Pith. Should be nestled by the shrine to the god of commotion and order. God of commotion and order. Cinderbrick Fort. 2 out it lies deep inside the toughest fort in the city. Let's do the shrine one first.
No use praying to the gods these days. No time for it either. Kid says a little prayer anyway. Couldn't hurt, right?
Could it?
Pith Orchard. Place is a dead end in more ways than one. Folks used to make pilgrimage here, pay their respects to Pith, the bull.
Pith the bull.
Well, the gods are long gone now, and the orchard core is long gone too. The gods don't care about trinkets, but the kid ain't no god.
Oh.
Pith stood for something once. Something real. In time, though, the bull stopped being a symbol and started being decoration. He couldn't even save his loyal subjects. Pith makes a decent scarecrow, at least. Then Pith lights up like a rodeo. Kid breaks him to bits.
Shit.
Must have been guarding that shrine. So what'll it be? Invoke the gods, or tell them off?
We shall grow quicker to move and strike. No bonus.
Pith.
10% bonus.
Kid decides the press is
Oh, that's definitely different.
Well, if the gods are alive, they must be plenty sore. Gods
Shit.
gotta catch you if you fall. Kid ain't never seen windbags that quick. Maybe old Pith put a scare in him. Kid passes Pith's trial, and he's richer for it.
Yeah, boy.
Kid ain't found a core, but at least he found Zolf's precious shrine.
There's a gate there. A gate to nowhere.
Now we can build a shrine of our own. though I got some alternatives in mind.
Ask Zolf about the plush toy from Pith Orchard. Would you like to hang on to this? The Euro people worship the same
Zolf
gods as
doesn't
us
touch
after
the
all.
thing. Says the god of commotion is no children's toy. The Ura feared the gods. We turned them into toys, put their faces on our walls.
Go, 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 go. Send a brick forward.
There's only one way to send a brick forth.
Oof.
Hard way. Sure, the city marshals may be gone, but now the fort's crawling with windbags. The calamity was mercy. The windbags ain't so lucky. They've been left to freeze or starve or face the kid.
Oh, keep in that pillar.
Well, windbags, young and old, keep fighting for the fort.
Hey. A level up.
At least the marshals left the kid a parting gift. Something the windbags just can't handle. Something that'll punch clean through their greasy hides. Windbags ain't much different from normal folks. All they want
Scrap
is a warm
musket.
place to stay and a decent meal. The calamity drove the windbags topside. A lot of them wound up here in this very fort. Could have been minding the business underground like in the old days.
I love this musket.
Windbags
It's
can't
great.
use marshal supplies, but the kid sure can. As for the windbags, Cinderbrick gave them enough heat and metal to munch on for a while. Well, the fort ain't theirs by right. So many of those sorry things hold up inside that old fort. Kids blasting everything in sight with that newfangled musket. Kids stash grenades is there for 'em if things get even worse. Security's plain gone haywire. Windbags gummed up the works.
Oh, these sirens hit so hard.
Kid ain't afraid to get burned.
Get him!
They trapped the kid in the middle of the force parade grounds. Then they bring out Brutus and Landon and all their scumbag uncles. They got something to gain, all their sorry hides. The kid takes down Glutus. Maybe it was Landon. The uncles go out with a whimper. The windbags finally get the message. The Skyway's a welcome sight after all that. And now ain't nothing left for nobody down at Cinderbrick Fort. Kid shows up just as Ulf's telling me about his own journey to the city.
The city they used to say stuff was
Ulf
very
brought his
strong.
antique smoking pipe all the way from the terminals. Zolf's travels ain't much compared to what the kids had to go through for all this. It seems the only thing the Calamity saved for Zolf was his smoking pipe. The memorial. Here a kid can pay respect to the old world and earn it in kind.
What? Oh, achievements of sorts. In-game challenges.
The valediction. Just another one of my sketches. Nothing more. Words can't express what happened, but they're all I got.
Yeah.
Anything survives a musket shot ought to be quick work for that blade. Dread rum's brewed from swamp weeds, so its effect is as bold as its flavor.
%50% range, minus 50% shred. Red. Lowest range increases spread.
You want to tune a scrap musket, you start with a barrel. The Langston River flowed free and wild till the Calamity drank it all up.
And I'll be right back again. Okay, we're back again. I've had a nap. I swear to God if I get tired again. Oh shit. And fix my sleep. But not today. No siree. Not happening. Oh, is my audio broken? Big ticket. Oh no, the game doesn't have music right now. That's what it is. Like, what the fuck's going on?
Riverbanks swarming with windbags. They're so bent on finding the core, they hardly notice the kid. Lucky for him, a certain famous ferry barge is still afloat.
Oof.
Nellie. Who sent some squirts crying home as she leaves port. Maybe Nellie knows the way to the core. Maybe she can slip right past all the clamor on the coast. Or maybe not. A security skiff pulls up portside. Nellie's just another windbag to those guns. Just then, the windbags notice who she's sailing with. They're pretty steamed about what happened at Cinderbrick. They try to cut her off. They try to slow her down.
Oh my god.
They try to knock her out. But Weepin' Nellie tries harder. Try as she might, though, she hits a snag. Kid's gotta help her get untangled. Favors for favors.
Wow, that's on suck.
She picked a good spot for a break, because the core's right there.
The core's right there. Get the fang repeater. Get the hand grenade. Oh. Since we're going fast, but lots of reloading. Bang. Double bang. Triple bang.
Then the kid hears an unusual sound, like 100 flapping wings.
No, not 100.
Peckers.
Run, motherfucker.
They've been watching his every move.
Why they've been watching my every move? They gonna explain themselves? Why are they killing the guest fellas?
They had their own eyes on the core. But why? Well, kid ain't got time to think it over just yet. He finds Weepin' Nellie raring to go.
Weepin' Nellie. Oh, that's
Turns
on
out
her
she's
team.
got a special surprise when the waters get rough.
Weepin' Nellie
She's
coming
gonna
in
need a little
strong.
help with all them pickers. Traffic things think they're king of the roost now. Rest of us only wish we could fly down like these. Security skiffs keep on coming to starboard side. Don't seem to care what they shoot, as long as they hit something.
Completed the trappers. Wow, these things suck at killing those. Okay.
Bags getting even better than me. They aim to smash with the
But, oof.
Kid almost falls again, but it all proves too much for poor Nelly.
Oh no, Nelly.
She's just gotta make one last stop. With her last breath, Nelly gets the kid to solid ground.
Thanks, Nelly.
Solid ground in Picker country. They want that coal real bad.
Oh shit, I'm struggling. Oh no, there's more than one.
Might be they want it just as bad as a kid. Kid shoes him off, knowing they'll be back. Know how many times Kid nearly fell off the barge back there? 3 times.
Game's just fucking taking pot shots at me at this point. Oof.
Now, listen close. You should remember this next part.
The name
Why
like
go to
Peckers.
Prosper Bluff? Used to take an enterprising man or a plain old fool to venture out that far. The city was the most beautiful place in the world. We all knew that. But on the other hand, some folks just yearn to see the things they're told they can't. And that's why you go to Prosper Bluff, ain't it?
A struggle.
The other kid hears something he ain't heard in a long while. How's it go again? Yeah, that's the one.
Whoop. What's on? Oh, my timing's just off. These birds are certainly flying. It's starting to piss me off. So, no. Oh my god, no need to blow those. Damn it. Hold on a sec. Okay. It's not rags confirmed. Oh. Shit, that attack quicker thing was no joke. Making this very annoying. Wow. Do 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 do. It's definitely the wrong weapon for this part.
Well, no point explaining what happens next, right? Suffice it to say, kid ain't coming home empty-handed. And besides, it's like the song goes.
One day that wall is gonna fall.
They'll be here before too long. Zolf never thought he'd see a fellow Ura again. We become fast friends. Calamity has that effect on people. But there was more to be done. There was one last core to find.
Ask Zolf about the journal from Zia's campgrounds. What do you make of these drawings and diagrams? Isn't this written in your native
A
language?
scientific journal written in Zolf's native tongue. He learned so much from it. Too much.
Can you read any of this? Do these charts and formulas mean
If
anything to
only
you?
I'd known half the secrets of the Calamity were tucked away in that book. I'd have worked to translate it right away.
Talk to Zia about the ancient spices. Eating this stuff was like a rite of passage in the city. Did the Ura like it?
Most of the Ura never got a taste of Ceylondia's fine goods. Unless they were born and raised in the city like Zia here.
City raised. Not much to see out there beyond the Bastion, but maybe you'll find something.
Sure, the world's all gone to pieces farther than the eye can see. But leave it to this gal to point out the amazing view.
Traditional Ura script was outlawed in the city. Is this your
So
handwriting?
many secrets in there and she can't even read it. Her father's own journal.
Wait. You're not allowed to write in a certain language within a city? That seems hyper crazy. They ban a whole language. Oh, written language.
The trappers.
Wait, you're allowed the
Damn
spoken
bunch
language?
of
But
fools. They'll be missed.
bizarre.
The Gravers. They arm of justice.
It's really
They
weird.
seemed unstoppable.
Like super weird.
The Repeater and Machete. Favorite choices of the hunters we once fought.
Huh. I'm not a big fan of this Fang Repeater. It's actually terrible. Breaker's bow or musket? Maybe musket with that upgrade. That reduces the spread. Might be good. Plus spread, minus range. Plus range, minus spread. Yeah, that's the one. Oh, I had one. I
Kid's
didn't think I picked one up.
surprised when I tell him there's only one core left. I shouldn't have believed it either.
Plans for a facility whose sacred idols may bring fortune or ruin. Just need a place to build it. Whether the gods will help or hinder in the wake of the calamity is anyone's guess.
Behold,
I'll turn off that
man
shitty one.
beyond.
It's no longer invoked. Huh. The Martyrdom one, they drop grenades or whatever.
We track the final core beyond the city to the wilds.
An expeditionary team aimed to use it to tame these lands, but went missing in the wild outskirts.
The wild unknown. Place can eat a man alive. Place is so raw, even the calamity couldn't cook it. Not all of it. Know what's better than having to
Pistols.
sling a pistol in a fight? Having two.
Hey,
Savage
get some real
things
speed.
lurking at every turn. Kiss faster than a
But
slinger
feels like the
goes
Fang
down.
Repeater with 0 damage. Whoa! Fuck, this thing sucks.
Pecker's got the core, like they're building a bastion of their own. The welcoming committee scrambles to attention. Didn't expect to get so soon. They shouldn't have let the guard down. Getting that core was one thing. Getting out's gonna be another. He digs his way out of the clearing, but the wilds won't let him go without a fight.
Like a little
Wallflowers
cog
survive the calamity.
flying around there. Hey, good hit.
Toughened him up.
Definitely one strong hit is better than
Goes for the
the
kid.
pistols.
Best take it real slow when pincushions are afoot. Slinger Johnson's old outpost is all that's left of him.
Dude, give me that fucking break. No, wait, scrap musket.
Kid sticks to his old standbys.
Oh, I'm not even hitting it. Oh.
By now, kid's got more needles in him than a stab weed.
I see. Fuck.
A handful of windbag shipments made it out this far.
Fuck. The kind of effect like
Don't
that,
ever
you think
turn
I'd
your
never
back
miss.
on a pincushion. Kids roused up half the wilds by now.
This is bullet hell.
When kid gets the feeling he's being watched.
Oh fuck
By
me.
me. By a little kid. Lunkheads ain't fond of two-legged animals.
Oh, he's actually getting killed by the other one. Oh,
Sees a smooth black stone coughed up by the calamity. Be seeing plenty more.
I see.
Hardly any signs of the old Jocelyn camp.
Oh my god. Never find a cure for allergies that isn't just popping fucking antihistamines, then
Wilds already reclaimed this place.
I'll be there.
Leave it to the kid to make time for stomping swamp weeds. He's anxious to get back.
Get me out of here.
Oh, he's got the final core. His journey's over, right? Well, no, it ain't. Not by a long shot. Kid knows something's up when we ain't there to give a warm welcome. See, Zolf and I were just wrapping up a heated discussion. Zolf can barely muster the words. The calamity failed, he says, but I will not. And with that, Zolf leaves us here, alone.
Elf, you motherfucker. Fractured monument. Ask about the altercation with Zolf. Are you hurt? What happened
Zolf
back
cursed
there?
the city, cursed the Bastion, cursed me, said he was going home.
Ask us here about the altercation with Zolf. Are you alright? What exactly
When
did Zolf do?
got through reading that journal, he just snapped. Started smashing up the monument till I tried to stop him. Zolf banged up the monument pretty bad. But there's a way to put it back together. The shards. We're gonna need all of them to nurse the Bastion back to health.
Okay, where are the shards?
Takes a lot of moving pieces to make a dependable sidearm. The city brought the shards to the wilds. Now the kid's gonna bring them back.
I don't know if I should try and do these ones real quick, since they're my primaries.
Windbag Ranch was built for gathering squirt extract in copious supply. Ain't nothing more healthful.
More helpful.
Some folks showed up to make a fast buck with nothing but a knife. Other folks came to train their throwing arms.
Pretty sure they count.
Still others use the place to slippery little devils.
I actually forgot you could throw this thing. My score's gonna be pretty poor.
Kid makes short work of them things.
Okay, all I really wanted was that mat to increase it.
Kid comes back from Windbag Ranch, smelling good and right.
There we go. We got 100% critical damage. Blades per throw.
War machetes are so quick, you gotta keep a good grip on them.
How we? Come on, sir. Is it distillery? Not critical hit. I can active only when at full health.
If you're feeling low, count on the buttery flavor of our own Bastion bourbon. Can't be too careful these days.
Alright, off the edge. Alright, hold on, I'll be right back. I'm so full, I'm gonna go into a food coma. Alright. Jawson Bog. What did he say? Caledonian?
After Zolf's little episode, Kid sets off in
I'm
search
adding
of
too many.
shards. First stop, Jawson Bog. You'll get lost in that bog, I told the kid, and I won't be able to guide you back.
Nah. We got this. Rocks.
Well, I let him go. What else could I do? What could any of us do?
Rocks was right. Immediately died.
Zolf put us in a real bind. Hurt the Bastion bad.
That's right, Zolf, you prick.
But the shards can make it better. They're like smaller doses of the core's medicine. Shame the only place to fill that prescription is out here in the wilds. This place is intoxicating.
Kids on drugs. Not good.
Don't know where he's gone. Might be gone for good for all I know. Wherever he is. Somewhere I've never been. Somewhere I never want to go.
Nice try, floaty eyeballs. Are these beholders? Wow. Incredible. Do 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 do. Is that it? We missed one?
Kid can't fall, no matter how hard he tries.
Alright, that's the person right here.
Welcome him with open arms.
Is that a survivor?
Damn, it's a lonesome ghost of a gas fella.
It's just a remix of previous mission. But it's tight, I like it.
What do you say to a kid who's seen too much? I'm Zolf of Ura. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Betrayal. Where
Now
you
the kids
start.
see something stranger still. Did anybody else survive? Sure enough, he finds peckers, lunkheads, wallflowers, pincushions, pineapples, swamp weeds, ankle gators.
This game's got aesthetic, I'll tell you that. Aesthetic and style.
Now the Bastion can send them even farther into the wild unknown. The kid sets foot inside one of Ceylondia's famous watering holes.
Ceylondia. I'm never gonna remember how to say that.
The security's just managed to straighten them out. He has the nerve to flash the shield he stole. He's a petty thief. Kid succeeds where the calamity failed. Would you look at what he did to poor old Ronde the bartender?
Shit.
The proper story is supposed to start at the beginning. It's so simple with this one. Now here's a kid whose whole world's alright, snoozing there on a rock in the sky. He wakes up. I'm just fooling.
Fuck, he doesn't wake
He
up.
sees what's left of the rippling walls. Years of work undone in an instant. He sees what's left of Pith, the bull. Gods, they're all undone. He sees what's left of his lifelong friend. His friend, he's come undone too. He sees what's left undone.
I've really got no idea what I'm doing. Was he a miner before all this?
Thought we'd lost him, but he finally comes to.
The kid wakes up, just fooling. That single line? Holy shit.
The shard ain't lost either. Not anymore. Now to find a ticket out of this hole. Bootlickers dig their nasty thorns into his heels.
Look at my boots. Unbelievable.
Ever heard of the lung blossom? It's bigger than the stories say. Breath on that thing, like a scumbag sprung a leak.
They should just kill that thing on their own, shouldn't they? Oh shit.
They say one whiff of lung blossom can make you lose your mind.
That's not a good spot to stand.
Well, a kid prunes it down to size somehow. Mother only knows what happened in the bog. Kid never much cared to speak of it.
And they explain exactly what happened. It's just a dream sequence.
A shard is like a poor man's core, but beggars can't be choosers. That's it. A few more shards like that, and we'll be back in business. A single shard can breathe new life into this place. The shard's got enough juice to spruce up any of these places. Ain't saying much, but that's the greatest forge in all the city.
Wow. Okay.
The city tried to use the shards to stake out the wilds. So much for that plan.
Ankle Gator Queen resides. I see, I see.
Ankle gators used to roam the wilds, and they nested at Rothes Lagoon.
Terrifying.
Many a tale folks used to scare their children straight originated here. All kinds of beasts with don't know up from down, still lurking about. These beasts, they don't like company. Only the city's brushers knew their way around the lagoon. They moved quick and quiet.
It's a pretty cool move. Oof.
Even the brushers learned to fear this place.
I dig the hole, you build the wall.
They used to think that ankle gators were extinct.
Ah,
Well, they ain't. One of them's been living in the tall grass. Turns out Queen Anne got a hold of a shard. Ankle gators love shiny things. Ain't time for pecker hunting, but the kid can't resist.
oh my god, those things kick my ass.
what smells worse than an ankle gator's breath? The stinkweed. Can't fight Queen Anne without the proper tools. The brushers use their pikes
Yeah.
to keep their
Oh,
distance
boy.
around here. Now the kid can do the same.
Hey, hit so much harder. I'm up for that.
Sharp sticks make Queen Anne nervous, so she backs off a bit.
Coming at the right angle. I can throw it as well.
Kids gotta
Like a
be
better machete. Gonna get a hit once or twice.
Those pin cushions been living off the ankle gator scraps.
It takes a little while to regen.
Queen Anne can't fit down some of these narrow paths. Queenie leads the kid into some kind of twisted trap.
It's a
One
good trap.
bad step in that tall grass and he's Queen Anne's lunch. He holds his ground. Seems the queen's running out of options.
You can come out and fight me. You dumb
The closer
alligator.
you get to an ankle gator's lair, the thicker the tall grass grows. Kid's gotta make a run for it. Those leaping lunkheads don't like Queen Anne any better than the kid.
See you later. Now I go down.
That old gator's right on his tail.
Oof.
Queenie must have scared a bunch of peckers out of hiding. Ankle gators don't much care for their young. That's why there ain't many around. Wanna know how to find an ankle gator lair? They use a kid as bait. The shard's sitting in plain view. Now she's coming for him. She's got nowhere else to go. They say if you run across an ankle gator, you better keep running.
I'm gonna do the opposite of that.
She's starting to get annoyed.
Good. Don't fucking eat me. Oh shit.
And now he's made her mad. Rest in
It's
peace,
all
Queen
easy.
Anne. That was for the brushers. Kid's done what needed to be done.
Done what needed to be done.
Queen Anne's reign is over. We even got a crown jewel. All that trouble for a single shard. But you know what? It was worth it. The memorial may be finished, but our part is far from over. That gator's a crazy gal, but so's the gal who promised to look after her.
There's rocks.
They said Queen Anne was just a folktale. Now there's living proof she ain't.
Oh wait, I
Keep
can
the
probably
wilds
level
at
it up.
bay. Pack yourself a musket and a pike.
Faster throw, critical chance.
To
You're a
fix a
faster
brusher's
throw.
pike, you just need a good length of knife bark. The next shard should be farther out there in the wilds.
Point Lemaine. I'm probably saying that incorrectly.
Know how Celandia became the richest city in the world? 2 words. Point Lemaine.
Point Lemaine.
If the wilds could ever be tamed, it was gonna happen right here.
And this is some angels from Doctor Who right there. Weeping angels. Ah.
The army's triggers once had the place on lockdown. Kid might as well pick up what they left off. Blam! Just like my fighting days. Gun like that can even put the wilds in check.
Man, this is the power build for sure.
Point Lemaine seen better days for sure, but it ain't done.
I'm unsure if it's. What I was hoping the scatter shotgun would be, scrap musket. But this definitely needs either a bit more damage.
Shudders in a fit. The grand rail of Point Lemaine. Not only is it still there, it still works.
What the hell?
Of course, it's no longer shipping hides and alloys and spices, but it can give the kid a lift. Just as long as he can stay clear of the trouble on the tracks.
Yeah, boy. I'm locked onto something there. With a charge time like this, it should be one shot.
Grand
Maybe.
rails all grown over with things of calamity chewed up and spat out. Things eager to take back their turf. Kid don't let so much as one of those things slip by. Lunkheads settled in like they own the place.
Dark Souls 3 prepared me for this. The roll and the counter. Ah.
Takes fancy footwork on the rail, what with wallflowers, cough, and fungus everywhere. Only one way to cure a cough like that.
Ah.
Not much wiggle room up there near the rail.
Outskilled me.
The place used to be closed off, but now it's split open like a rotten pineapple. Of course, the Grand Rails see much more fighting in bygone times. Near on 50 years ago, first shots fired in the Ura-Celandian War. It was right here that Zolf's Ura forefathers decided to mix it up.
Does that not reach? Oh.
Okay, so maybe we didn't get their sign-off on the whole Grand Rail thing. That was bad.
Okay. I put a Grand Rail in their land without
Rails
asking.
just shook the Ura to the bone, having those dens of theirs.
That's why they're so pale. Thank you.
Well, the rail won't last much longer now that the kid took the shard. It's still got one good run in store for him. All the rotten wood there on the rails turned it into swamp weed central. Ever tried dancing side to side while holding your breath? While shooting a genuine registered army carbine? While choking on swamp weed? While peckers trying to prick you in the eye?
It's getting worse.
Well, let me tell you, it ain't fun.
How does this dude know it's not fun? Something fancy.
But then at last, it's the end of the line. He'll be picking swamp weed out of those boots for days.
That
Turns
is
out he's
something.
got company up at the rail station, waiting for him.
Something RPGs don't usually cover. Like standard PC ones or whatever. If you like go in a swamp area or whatever, your clothes should be pretty like disgusting and rank the next few days. Or like need to be replaced or washed or something. But your character never washes their clothes. Outranged. Your character generally never eats either.
Not just another wallflower.
Never sleeps.
Mind you.
Unless it's an inbuilt game mechanic. But if it's not, then it's just not
At first
addressed.
he thinks it's Zolf.
Yo,
Turns out he's wrong. This is for you, says the man. Then wham. When the kid comes to, the man's long gone. But something else is there. Well, what's a kid to do?
the address says here appears to be written by Zolf, who must have found another Ura survivor to deliver the message. Maybe Zolf taught Zero enough of their native language to be able to read this. We're about to find out.
He took the shard, he took the hit, and he took that note.
The Ura once used the mighty battering rams in an attempt to smash the rippling walls.
That
Rippling.
note cuts straight to the heart of things, don't it?
What did you do for food back when you were living on Prosper's
Finding
Bluff?
gourmet ingredients ain't easy these days, but we'll take what we can get.
Ask you about the note. Can you read this? It's addressed to
The
you.
note says it plain. Zia, go east to learn the truth about the calamity and our people. I'll be waiting. Sincerely, Zolf.
The stamp on that letter was the same symbol the thing that we have down here. The residual.
Zolf's messenger was one of his people. Wondered just how many of them survived, and what exactly Zolf told him. It ain't too late to unlock the potential of this place.
Oh yeah, boss man. Come on. Bullet skills knockback, 30% speed while
That's the
aiming.
way to make every shot count.
Knockback might actually be better. I thought that was.
The arsenal's complete in case we need protection. Sometimes a brusher's pike just ain't enough. That's what the carbine's for. The shards are getting harder to find.
Here it simmers in this unstable area which once pierced to the heart of the world. Colford Cauldron. All flowers are vulnerable to high damage and armor-piercing weapons. Okay.
Not everything blew up in the calamity. Why, Colford Cauldron here blew up way ahead of its time. The cauldron boiled over some 300 years ago. They say it filled the skies with
These
ash
spiky
and
things
the
suck.
lakes with molten rock. If you wanted to survive something like that, you had to learn to adapt.
Bow.
So in a way, the beasts of the wilds, they're all survivors too.
Oof.
It takes a certain stubborn pride to keep on living in a place like this. As for us, we learned an awful lot from Colford Cauldron.
Fire bellows.
That learning led to some interesting inventions.
Let's see.
The raw power of the world fell right into our hands.
Ow. Twisted fire
Playing with
starter.
Cauldron's fires became an addiction. Can't fault our people for their natural curiosity.
Ow. Oi. Block the shot.
Sure, we dusted off a good many secrets out here. But we discovered other things we're better off not knowing.
Oh shit. I'm stuck.
The unforgiven scent of sulfurous dirt. Taste the air so hot it sticks to your lungs.
And poison.
All sorts of awful things crawling underfoot.
Ow.
Never thought
Peckinest.
we'd find so much life in all that ash. We kept on sifting through the cauldron's secrets anyway.
Hmm. Do I have to have the fire bellows? I really don't want them. Can I just have my pike back?
The more ash we swept aside, the more life we found.
Ow.
Place as inhospitable as they come. But still we pressed on. After all, when we look down inside Colford Cauldron,
What do we see?
look down through all the smoke and flames. We saw in there the heart of the world, the heart now laid bare by the calamity. We had to have it. As for the kid, he just has to get that shard out of there. Too bad taking that thing woke up every last stink eye from here to Charleston Bog. Kid's thinking he's got to trek all the way back around the cauldron. Luckily, the cauldron cooked up a little shortcut for him.
Did it then?
Sure, it ain't the most convenient path.
Oof. Won't hurt.
Biggest stink eye he's ever seen's waiting for him on the other side. Well, it ain't polite to stare.
Dumb observational humor.
There's
I love
one
it.
Stink eye, there's always more. The cauldron's tenants all gather up to bid the kid a fond farewell.
Kill all these animals just
Here's for him.
work together in perfect cohesion. Different species.
With a good spyglass, you can still see the cauldron from the city. But all the fires died out. There's nothing left of it.
Shit. Because we're removing all the shards, it's destroying the world.
It comes back looking like the inside of a chimney. The shard works like
Empty?
a charm. You can hear the monument's heartbeat again. Kid arrives just in time to sample Zia's famous cooking.
Gotcha.
Just the occasion to crack open the distillery's private reserve. life wine so rich, they say it's brought men back from the brink for one last taste. He wolfs down too much too fast, and it all goes to his head.
Next stop, who knows where.
I've said a lot about the kid, but he ain't the only one wrapped up in all this.
This is your story.
What's he thinking? Well, let me see if I got this straight. I only heard it once.
Soundtrack. On point.
Once there was a normal Ura girl, but she wasn't born in the Tassel terminals like the rest of her people. She was from Zealandia. Her folks were orphaned in the war, taken in and raised inside the city, on condition they would never return to the terminals. Ura refugees who came into the city had to stay for life. It was a way to reduce the risk of city secrets leaking out. Mama passed away from birthing complications, leaving the girl trapped inside that city with no one but her father. Her father was sharper than a brusher's pike, so he got a job working for the city's manses. His daughter barely saw him. Her father told her nothing of her Ura heritage. He told her nothing of the Mansers. It's for your own good, he said. She took to studying the arts, learned more through music than history books, gained a knack for strings and songs. At first, she tried to be like other girls, but her classmates spread word that her father was an Ura trader, selling out the city.
Those bastards.
One young man stood up for her, or so he led her to believe. He knew much of her heritage, and she grew fond of him. The young man convinced her to take him to her family den to meet her father. Spoke of how he wanted to meet a man from the terminals. When the young young man greeted her father in the Ura's native language. Her father flew into a fit of rage and threw them out. The young man never told her that the Ura's native language is not to be used by foreigners. To do so is a terrible insult. It was then that she decided to escape. The two of them could flee the city together and go to the Tassel terminals. They would hide inside a garbage bin until it got ingested by a scumbag, then let him slosh on out of the city for disposal.
Oof.
Her plan almost succeeded, but the authorities were already there when that scumbag sidled up to the city walls. The young man had sent the authorities a tip. Told him her father was using her to sell secrets to the Tassel terminals. She and her father were arrested for treason, but her father got a deal. Return to work for the Mansers, and she'd go free.
That sounds like a pretty shitty deal.
Before they parted ways for the last time, her father whispered a desperate plea. Hurry home to the den and lock yourself in.
Oof. Might die here. No. It's like a symphony. They're bringing all these elements together to fucking murder me.
I dig my hole, you build a wall. I dig my hole, you build a wall. One day that wall is gonna fall. Gonna build that city.
She did as she was told, and deep down underground inside that den, she found a journal written in her father's hand.
City on the hill.
Fuck.
Someday those tears are gonna spill.
Every problem looks like a nail when all you've got is a hammer.
So in that wall and build it strong.
This is Perendi all over again.
We'll be there before.
The next day, the door to the den turned to ash. girl came up for air, and she saw the calamity all around her.
Calamity.
When the kid wakes up, his world's still in pieces, just the way he left it. We're all a little short on friends these days, so that's a welcome sight.
Friendly pecker, eh? Of course he'd give it to the girl. Ha 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 ha.
They said the wild could never be tamed. If only they could see us now.
Thinking carbine's not the go here. Because a brushless pike's pretty much good for all around everything. We're trying to kill the little things. Something
You don't
faster
always
like the
care for
bow.
fancy guns and things. A bow and pike will do just fine.
Hammer, pike. Critical hit damage, faster throw reload, critical hit chance, thrust tackles, knockback.
Don't want that thing leaving your hands until you decide it's time. At least it won't get cold around here with that thing around.
50% damage, 100% to critical.
The sail hammer's only as strong as its spine.
Sail hammer.
That's a strong spine.
Sail Ladonia.
We spotted a pecker carrying a shard to Mount Zan.
Mountain is held inside the remains of a holy mountain once filled with flora and fauna. Wow, the loading screen text is actually too big for this screen.
Can't rightly call Mount Zan a mountain anymore.
Overgrown.
There's no more mountains now. So they figure they'll hold out right here, on a slab of mountain the Calamity forgot. There's no place
say
left
shit.
for the beasts of the wild to go. Good thing for those beasts the Calamity saved leftovers. We only found their little lair because they found themselves a little shard. The creatures of the wild, they've been building a bastion of their own.
I'm stuck. Oh. I thought they had invulnerability like that. So I was switching targets.
Best thing we can do for those beasts right now is put them down, quick and clean.
You got it, boss man.
There's only one kind of mercy left these days.
Keep rolling.
There's only one kind of mercy left these days.
Didn't already say that? Repeated dialogue? Say don't say.
What the city left behind, those beasts took for themselves.
A lot of damage.
Takes a lot of convincing, and our mortars have to do the talking. Look at it this way. It's either them or us. But if we win, they win too. Our bastion is everybody's game, not just ours. Unfortunately, there's no explaining that to a simple beast.
Girlfriend.
Those beasts been hard at work fixing up the place.
Big swing, no ding.
They've been searching for cores and shards, just like we have.
How do they know to do that? They're just simple beasts.
Maybe they've thought about turning back, just like we have. We just really need their shard. Kid got it fair and square.
Oof.
That's the way. He's done
Shit.
what's best for him, don't you worry. Don't you worry.
Don't you worry.
We'll all be better off once the Bastion is complete.
Do you know how to use something like this? Thought you might
Fixed that
like it.
thing right up, didn't we? Made these goings-on a little livelier.
There we go.
Suppose it's true a little song can put things in perspective.
Dig my hole, you build a wall.
The monument's getting better. Zolf sure did a number on it, though.
My hole, you build a wall.
There was another song I really liked. Is it alright? I don't think that's it. Come on.
We need an awful big lost and found under the circumstances.
There was a lot of stuff here.
Finders keepers.
Russia's Pike.
Girl tried to run away from home one time, but the marshals stopped that, didn't they? Even since the Ura surrendered to us, the marshals kept a wary eye on him.
Oh, right, cost that stuff as well. Plus the thrust attacks. Although there's a stun there as well. Alright.
Just a couple shards left. The quarry's gotta have one, right?
Once there were many such treasures in this key source of Saladonia's wealth. Already forgotten how to say it. Think eyes are highly resistant to damage when their eyes are shut. Didn't notice that. Bit late on that tipper,
Imagine
ain't you?
everything you'd need to build a city like Caelondia.
Ceylondia. Ceylondia.
It takes hard work and planning, and it also takes Bastion quarry.
Ceylondia.
Ura tunnels beneath the quarry must have softened the blow from the calamity. We bought the whole place from the Ura on the cheap. Same goes for its natives, rattletails. Why would the Ura put up with those pests? Rattletails ain't the worst of it either, but more about that in a little bit.
Oh wait, that guy was on my team for some reason. What's that?
Quarry came with a lifetime supply of windbags.
Ah,
Windbags smaller than the naked eye can see are nested in those rocks. Not only are these rocks a source of life, we found that the oldest ones remember things.
oof.
They're recording everything, all the time, taking it all in. The quarry ain't exactly up to safety standards. Keeping the quarry free from pests turned out to be a problem. Rattletails kept tunneling in to snack on windbags. Without those windbags, the quarry might not have its special qualities. Even stink eyes started taking root in here. Windbags tended to the rocks, so we had to keep the rattletails at bay. Now, why would the Ura sell off such a fascinating place? The Ura always were a superstitious lot. Might be the gods told them the quarry's bad news.
Get him! Big fella. Oh, hold
On
on.
top of that, you know the Ura hated anything above ground. Might be the quarry just got too much sunshine for their liking. In any case, it's fair to say the quarry was a godsend. Those rocks, all polished to a mirror sheen. The largest ones, you know as cores.
I'm actually sure I'm going here. So,
The smaller ones. We call them shards.
Shards and cores.
A shard's got a fraction of a core's power, enough to fuel a voyage to the motherland.
Hey, wait. Trail. In a moment of weakness, he tried to backstab me.
Well, now the quarry's all dried up. These rocks are much too young to be of use. Remember how I said rattletails ain't the worst thing in the quarry? That
Shit.
honor goes to a beast we took to Colin, Sir Lunky. Massive thing stomped many of our boys. We just couldn't get rid of him. The only thing harder than the rocks in Bastion quarry is Sir Lunky's head.
Oh, that's close. Right, men, we're dicking around.
We never could get stubborn old Lunky to leave the quarry alone. Then the kid hears a voice calling him down the hall. Are you alright? It says.
Who said that?
It's him. I've come to warn you, he says. The Bastion is under siege. Let it fall. You should not go back.
That it?
Kid hears him, but he ain't about to be deterred. If that's the way it is, he says, then I won't stop you.
He is off.
Because my countrymen will.
Oh, I had to get the last word in. Motherfucker. Right at the last second. Solve discovered the origin of the calamity after decoding the journal
Say
Zeal
what you will about
got from my
Zolf,
father.
but
he
he's a
said.
man of his word.
Oh shit. Looks
His
bad. Oh
countrymen
shit.
don't much care for pleasantries, though. Too bad for that. Zolf showed him the way here, and here they came.
Oh, you dickhead. Why have you done this?
They got inside the Bastion and shut the door. Kid's gotta go in through the back.
That guy's a dickhead.
I should have told him sooner about all this.
How do you know about all this? What did he mean by all this?
Unfortunately, they broke in and they started digging their hole. Something wrong sprung out of those holes.
Get him, Becker and
We tried to
Big
stop
Bird.
it, but we needed him.
Oh, kill my animals. Unbelievable. Hell.
Our baby pecker, he don't make it.
Fuck.
Our little squirt, he don't make it.
No.
Somehow, some way, he sends those Ura packing. Problem is, it didn't matter. Zolf's plan worked. We find each other as the dust settles. Then I tell him why the Ura came. To get us back. For the calamity. It was Celandia's master plan to wipe the Ura out. But part of that plan backfired, didn't it? If only Zolf knew the whole story. What were we to think? They must have got her. taking her back to her rightful home. Party punch is so zesty, it'll let you carry on through the worst of times.
Not the time rocks.
The shards can put this disease in remission. But there's only one cure. We need to finish what we started. The culture. A still life of old unwanted keepsakes. The mercy. The windbags ain't the only beast that drew a bad lot. The brushers. They moved in shadows. But the calamity found them. The triggers. My brothers. Bravest men I ever knew. The conscience. We haven't lost everything, long as we have that. I've asked a lot of the kid, but this is something he's done on his own. Seems the gods recommended this place to all their friends. The sanctuary. If we can build, we can rebuild. Gotta make sure the pointy end's fastened on real tight.
The pointy end there.
Kid packs a special surprise in every one of those arrows. That border's gonna leave a lasting impression. Taught him an old trick from a galleon gunner I once knew. Even the army never issued carbines in such fine shape. Points just don't get any sharper than that. Turns out those old bones still have some spark in them. That ought to make those fangs sink in nice and deep. Now he can shoot that fang repeater all day long. The marshals learn to pack those shells full of fire. To master the musket, you gotta get rid of the recoil. He's made a right comfortable bed for all those bullets.
Unlocked another one, did I?
The city, its riches nothing but fragments now. The inspiration, a forge can fashion anything. Sometimes I want to ask him, why do any of this? But truth is, I don't want to know. That ought to give those dueling pistols a little extra kick. It wasn't fixed, it was unbroken.
Roughly 3k. Bit more than 3k.
The Ura swooped down from the east. At least now we know the way.
Zendra Gate. Zolf's agents must also want the final shard, knowing it is the key. It is key to undoing the harm they cause. Zendra. The Bastion symbolizes Saledonia.
One last shard. It's all we need to put this mess behind us. And mother, what a mess it is. A mess like that could have only been made by hand. Zolf said the calamity failed, and he's right.
Oof.
The Ura stand as little
Gun down.
for that.
Oh, a one tapper. I'll take it.
At the heart of the calamity was a simple idea. We never wanted to go to war again. We wanted to rule it out. Put a lot of folks against that problem. Scientists, soldiers.
Hey, that one dude
spies,
almost rocked me.
even We sought solutions far beyond the city. Traveled near as far as the kid's going right now. What is he? Most of our efforts didn't bear fruit. Then there was a breakthrough, but it didn't come from one of our people. It came from an Ura, a brilliant young scientist named Ven. Ven worked for the Mancers, the sharpest knives in the city's drawer. With his help, the Mancers devised a way to seal the Ura tunnel shut in a flash. Just like that, every last Ura living in the Tassel terminals will be gone. This discovery was never to be used, they said, except as a last resort.
This one. Something wrong.
But Ven didn't like being manipulated. He had plans of his own. He sabotaged the Mancer's little science project, set it to blow up in their faces.
Savage.
Imagine how Ven must have felt when they finally made him pull that trigger.
He's whistling hard to hear. Was it the blizzard?
But remember, the Bastion can fix everything. We just need that shard.
Oh. I fuck just one time.
I ain't exactly been willing to collaborate on that front. For now, Kid has little choice but to pick up where the Calamity left off. First things first, though, there's someone we figured needed rescuing.
Zia. Ura escaped the final shard knowing the Bastion will never recover without it.
The Ura fell back, no doubt planning the next move, but we knew ours already. There's something we had to do before going after that last shard.
Zoltan's Hollow. Zia detected. The Ura launched their assault on the Bastion from its outpost. Zia must be here. Go on to get it. Go get her.
Well, now it's personal, ain't it? It's personal for him, and it's personal for me. He finds his moment to strike. They never saw him coming. He gets his hands on the care package I sent him.
Oof.
It's a little something I've been fixing up in my spare time.
Calamity cannon. So what the Calamity's meteor. Okay.
The Ura found a way to keep the Calamity from spreading through Sultan's Hollow.
Chill song.
They got their own security and everything. Pretty fancy even. Still, they ain't used to having visitors around. break enough of those things and the Calamity rocks slink back into the ground. They've got these conductors that are all what's keeping the place together. Those rocks are like tumors, the same kind the Ura planted in the Bastion.
Oof, you damage yourself, I keep forgetting.
Well, the Ura must be in a panic right about now. They even sick their little rattletail pets on the kid. Those rodents are just a bump in the road. By now, every Ura from here to the terminals must know he's in town.
Certainly kill
Most
all
of
of
the
them.
Ura's conductors are squared away in the middle of the hollow. Those Calamity rocks must be eating that place apart from the inside.
Right.
The Ura keep hanging on to that barricade. After all, their homeland's not much farther.
Hmm.
Some of them are downright bewildered by what's happening.
Been their ass kicked by the kid.
Maybe they know they've lost this. Lost to a kid. They
An
underestimate
extra rolly boy.
as pegged all wrong. Yes, our people caused the calamity, but here we are trying to fix it. That makes us different from our people now, don't it? Shame the opportunity for civilized discourse is over. Suppose old Zolf should have got to know us better. Maybe I should have trusted him. Told him everything I knew. Zolf, the Ura, they have every reason to be angry. Beyond angry. As the hour grows desperate, the Ura bring out their big guns. There's nothing standing in its way no more. All those dreams snuffed out in the calamity. We'll bring them back.
Hmm.
Way out there on the edge of the world. That's where he finally finds you. But it ain't like Prosper Bluff this time. Ain't nothing for this gal to sing about now. Zia, you weren't kidnapped.
Oof.
No, ma'am. You just had to see what happened to the Ura. to your own people.
Double betrayal.
You had to see if everything Zolf wrote to you was true. Sure you didn't drop that twangy thing on purpose? Just to see if he'd go after you?
Twingy thing. Was he the simple drawing found far to the east? Charles drawing. The calamity took everything from the Ur, didn't it? Besides the
They
water
lost
fire.
everything, didn't they? But they just keep on fighting like that's gonna bring it all back. The country, she's all to pieces now, but still looking good. I don't need to see what happened to the Ura. I'm trying to undo it, remember? Long reach and plenty of power. Now that's a scary combination. His bow's looking lean and mean like a prize fighter. A solid frame can put an extra sting in every slice. It's no longer a weapon, it's a precision instrument. Once the kid gets that last shard from Zolf, it'll all be over.
The Tazal terminals. He bides his time within the remainder of the Ur's massive underground sprawl. Wolf detected. To enter this area, there's no turning back. Are you ready? Of course I'm ready. I'm not afraid. We're going in. Feel for the Bastion when the Ur attacked to learn the truth of what happened to our people.
I can't hear him at all anymore. He's too far away. But he'll be alright.
The little ones now.
Just needs to get that shard from Zolf and come on home.
You got it, boss man.
The calamity hit the Tazal terminals hardest of all. We know why Zolf was back there. Zolf must be there all alone.
These guys have no problem standing on nothing.
Friends and family were there. You know what's funny? Well, all of us are waiting for a kid.
They poisoned.
Look around. There's not much left to do here in the Bastion, I'm afraid. So why not tell each other stories to pass the time, right? But Zia, there's another reason I've been telling you all this. When the kid brings back that shard, the Bastion will be complete. What happens to Zolf won't matter. Zealandia will be whole again. Everything will be back to normal. Everyone will be alright.
Did I go the wrong way? didn't see it.
Problem is, we'll all be gone.
Off return to the Tazal terminal to the shard to await the fall of the Bastion.
Oh, we're not gonna die. It's more like all of this will just stop. Things will go back to the way they used to be. That's the power of the Bastion. This whole place is a living record of the times before the Calamity, the way things were before this story. You'll be your old self again. Think of all those times that would go your way. All of life's little setbacks. Imagine if you could have another go at them.
We're going for a reset then, are we?
No mistakes. Anyone you've ever heard.
Oh shit.
Everything you've ever done, you could do it over. And wouldn't that be grand? Wouldn't you agree? Well, I guess there's nothing more to say. Who am I kidding? Look. There's something else. A confession. How come I know so much about the Bastion?
Yeah.
Well, I designed the place, but that's beside the point. There's one problem with a place that sets things back to a bygone time. You can't test it. So you're probably wondering if the Calamity happened already. What's to stop it from happening again after the Bastion does its thing?
This is a
The
good
answer
question.
is... I don't know.
His father Van documented his work for Caledonia's shit, I didn't read the rest of it.
You're wondering if there ain't some other way out of this mess. It's alright. I can tell. But why would you even want another way? Unless you wanted to stay here with us. Well, that's sweet and all, but I don't know if I can stick around. The weight of the calamity, it's on our shoulders. We can't just let it go.
And we're hoping.
Bastion does have another function, strictly speaking. If ever the monument blew out and we couldn't repair it, we could still evacuate. First, we'd round up as many folks as we could carry. Next, we'd detonate the cores, and we'd take off away from here.
Two choices there. Reset back before we are and what lose our memory so we don't remember what happened so that the calamity happens again and we end up back here. Or evacuate and save what people we have now. Infinite loop.
Zolf and his country
Evacuate.
won't be giving up that shard without a fight, don't you? Zolf and the Ura, all they want now is to see the Bastion fall. Zolf dedicated his life to a lasting peace between the Ura and Zealandia. He can't have imagined the city would try to wipe the Ura out. Zolf ain't lost every shred of decency though, has he? He tried to warn you about his plans. He tried to warn the kid. For Zolf, this ain't a personal matter. It ain't a simple matter of pride either. One thing's for sure, the Ura can't be happy that the kid followed Zolf all the way home.
Ooh, a decision. Abandon Zolf's body and press forward with a battering ram. Zolf's situation is hopeless and a distraction. His plan to avenge the Ura only brought more suffering. All that matters is a safe return of the shard. Take Zolf, abandon the battering ram and pick up Zolf's body instead. Zolf was badly injured but breathing. It appears his countrymen turned on him as their situation grew desperate. He nearly destroyed the Bastion and yet. I'll give him a second chance. Plan failed, he's at his low point.
I can see it now. The kid in one corner, and Zolf in the other. Ain't much of a fight.
Didn't quite happen like that.
Don't you worry though. Once the Bastion's restored, it'll all be alright. You ain't still thinking about that whole leaving the city thing, are you?
to making way for me. I'm coming home, sweet home. I see your star, you left it burning for me. Mother, I'm here. Eyes open wide.
Kid's probably dealt was off by now.
Feel your heart and it's glowing.
He reminds me of myself when I was his age. I ever tell you about those days? Hey, kid. Get up, kid. Come on, that ain't funny. I say get up. That's more like it. Now, set that shard into the monument there. Then we'll talk. First things first, kid. The Bastion's waiting.
Decisions. Let's just take the Bastion and get out of here.
Can't believe you brought him back again. Bet you had to do more than say please this time.
Zia. Do we have to put the shot in?
The Bastion. It's finally finished. Now, there's something I want you to see. Welcome to the heart of the Bastion. I ain't one for long goodbyes, so here's the deal. Zia and I figure you done the heavy lifting, so you get to do the honors. We can tell you how to work this thing if you got any questions. Hey, kid.
What would it feel like when the Bastion
You can
fixes
undo the
everything?
calamity here and now. Go on, kid. And before I forget, thank you. Always wondered what the motherland was like. Not that it matters anymore. Zolf only brought more ruin to the Ura. No wonder they didn't take kindly to him. You've got one thing left to do, so you hang on to that badge. Besides, you earned it.
Show how that works.
Don't let anything you've done get to you. You can save all those creatures here and now.
Feels like a cop out.
We made it. So, let's see. You
There's
can
a
either
voice
prevent
actor.
the calamity, or stick around with me and Rex. I'd hate to be in your shoes.
And Zolf.
If I could be any place I wanted, I'd stay right here. We could go anywhere in the world. Zolf tried to talk me into joining him. I tried to talk him out of it. I guess we both failed. When I finally found my people, I told them we could help. They just took me for a traitor. Glad you showed up. Any moment I'd want to live again happened after the calamity, not before.
Initiate the Bastion's restoration protocol. Caution, this process will restore a previous world state. It is irreversible, use only as directed. Evacuation. Initiate the Bastion's evacuation protocol. Caution, this process will cause irreparable damage to the core receptacles, disabling the restoration. Alright, so whatever we do here, it's permanent. We either restore it back to being, at which point everyone gets reset, everything we've done is just in an endless loop, I imagine. If we keep picking that choice, or we break out of the loop and evacuate and just keep what we've got. We aren't going to do any better with no foreknowledge. And we can't get foreknowledge because we forget. So it's down to luck. Let's evacuate. Choose our destiny rather than have it chosen for us.
Oh, mother. And here I figured you'd had enough of me by now. You could have undone the calamity itself. But instead, you want to stay in a world like this. I gotta admit, kid, I ain't yet put much thought in that idea. But carrying on with you here, we can't go back no more. But I suppose we could go wherever we please.
Freedom of choice. Good shit.
And if anyone's left out there, I sure would like to see the look in their faces when we dock this thing right on that doorstep. Getting ahead of myself, though. I'm gonna need a first mate. What do you say?
Mate, I'm gonna need a first mate. I'm the captain now. Both songs remixed together. That's pretty good. And this game's awesome. Supergiant Games did a really good job. I think we might do Transistor next. That's the next game. I'm pretty sure it has nothing to do with this game. But it is a Supergiant game. And then there's Pyre. And then there's a new one that's been released. Maybe Pyre's the new one. I think Pyre's the third game. And then there's a new one that's out. I'm not sure. And by new, it might not even be new. Could be months or years old, who knows. Nice. Supergiant Games, I'd like to thank our families and friends without whose support we never could have created this game. Good on them. I wonder if all the Teledonians, I've already forgotten how to say it, have white hair. Okay. I think we will... I'm not that much of a fan of this song, so I think we're gonna skip. We were hoping we were gonna skip, but it's not gonna end up that way. It doesn't always go like you plan. Well, GG, good game. Let's call it there. Next one will be Transistor. Unless I change my mind, at which point it won't be Transistor. That's the end. Peace.